This is the real Tom Rose, and we're asked to do a weird thing here, which is to build an equation based on a set of parameters. And the parameters are kind of unusual. They're telling us that we want to build a function for a circle, and it has its center at 1, 2, and passes through the origin. So that does define a very specific shape, so we should be able to make a function for it. The only reasonable way so if you didn't know how to do this, it would be almost impossible. The only reasonable way to do this is to know a couple of things. One is a formula for what people will call the unit circle. A unit circle meaning it has a radius of 1 and it has its origin at 0, 0. And the function for a unit circle at origin with the center at the origin is x squared plus y squared equals 1. And once you know that, if you know a little bit about how to alter functions, you can generate the correct answer. So if you want to translate functions, for example, if you want to move the center, you always move it. The term that you add is the opposite of the amount you want to move it in the direction you want to move it. So I'll give you an example. If you want to move the center to the x coordinate 1, what you would do is you would, instead of having this equation, you would have the equation x minus 1 squared plus y squared equals 1. This is not the answer, but this would be the equation for a circle that has its center at x equals 1. Actually, I drew that wrong. It's a unit circle, so this is where x is 1. And it would, since it's a unit circle still, because we haven't scaled it at all, it would look like this. Center at 1, and it would actually pass through the origin. So it meets 2 of our criteria. It's a circle, and it passes through the origin. But it does not have its center at the point 1, 2. This is actually the point 1, 0. But no problem, we can correct for y as well. So if we want to move up to y of 2, we can subtract that from y. So x minus 1 squared plus y minus 1 squared. That will be a unit circle. If I set it equal to 1, that would be a unit circle. Oops, y minus 2 squared. That would be a unit circle whose center is at the point 1, 2. But I'm not going to set it equal to 1. I'm going to set it equal to something. I'm not sure what that thing is exactly, but I know I need to expand it because I know the circle needs to be bigger because it needs to pass through the origin instead of rotating simply around the point 1, 0 with a radius of 1. So it has a bigger radius, but I don't know exactly what that radius is. I could figure it out. Or I could just look at the answer choices, which is going to be a much easier way to do this. So the only answer choice that has the correct x and the correct y is the 5th one. So this must be the correct answer. We can get rid of the other 4 and you're done. If you want to check to make sure that it does go through the origin, that's fine too. So actually plug in the point 0, 0 and see if it works. So if I put in 0 for x, I get negative 1 squared plus, and y is 0. So I get negative 2 squared. Negative 1 squared is 1. 2 squared is 4. So does 1 plus 4 equal 5? Yes, it does. So this 5 is actually the answer. It would have been difficult to solve for that, but luckily it was provided for us.